Let's be real. Property investing is a high-stakes game. Get it right, and you can build some serious wealth. But get it wrong, and, well, the costs can be pretty devastating. What if I told you that a lot of smart, driven investors are using research methods that are secretly costing them thousands without them even realizing it? Let's dive into exactly how that happens.
So, I've got to ask you, straight up, is your research method actually sabotaging your investment? It's a tough question, I know, but in a market that moves as fast as this one, it's a question you absolutely have to ask yourself. Because the old way of doing things, it's got some serious hidden flaws.
Look, we all know the big names, right? Domain, realestate.com.au, CoreLogic. They're all some starting points, for sure. They give you that baseline info like median prices and rental yields. But here's the thing you have to remember. They are just the start. They are literally just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to doing a truly deep, comprehensive analysis.
This right here breaks down the reality of it all. On the left, you've got what the platforms give you. You know, the basics. But on the right, that's all the manual work that lands squarely on your shoulders. The real work starts after you get that initial data. You end up spending hours, maybe even days, bouncing between websites, trying to figure out why the numbers don't match up, manually digging for comparable sales, and trying to make sense of complex market trends all by yourself.
And all that manual grunt work leads to some pretty critical challenges. First off, the time it takes is just enormous. We're talking days for something that should honestly take minutes. Second, with all that manual data entry, human error is almost guaranteed to snake in, and those little miscalculations can cost you a fortune. Third, your scope is just so limited. It's impossible for one person to process the insane amount of data you need for a truly informed decision. And maybe the most dangerous of all is data lag.
$50,000. In a hot market, that's how much value a property can gain or lose in just 6 months. And that's the time you might still be stuck in spreadsheets analyzing data the old way. The information you're basing your decisions on is often completely out of date by the time you're even ready to make a move.
And that data lag, it leads to real, painful financial consequences. It's why you keep getting outbid by investors who can just move faster. It's how you miss the subtle signs of the next boom suburb. It's why you overlook those tiny but crucial details, like how a property 500 meters from a train station has a totally different value from one just a kilometer away. And, critically, you're flying blind, failing to see and measure the major risks that could absolutely sink your investment.
And hey, this isn't just a theory, it's a frustration that experts have been feeling for years. This quote just nails it. After watching smart people get stuck in spreadsheets and conflicting data for 2 decades, that frustration became a mission. Not just to coach them, but to change the entire game.
And that brings us to the solution, artificial intelligence. In the property world, AI is a total game changer. And we're not talking about robots here. We're talking about incredibly powerful platforms that can crunch massive amounts of data in a blink of an eye. They automate all that tedious analysis, they spot hidden patterns a human could never see, and they deliver insights tailored specifically to your investment goals.
I mean, just look at the difference here. It's literally night and day. The old way is manual and slow. The AI way is automated and instant. You go from getting generic reports to building a personalized strategy. You replace gut feelings and potential errors with cold, hard, data-driven accuracy. And most importantly, you stop looking backwards at historical data and start using predictive analysis to see what's coming next.
Okay, so how does this actually work in practice? Well, first you get instant and accurate pricing using what are called automated valuation models, or AVMs. Think of them as supercharged, data-driven appraisals. Second, AI-powered market comparisons find properties that are truly comparable. They even account for things like recent renovations that old reports would miss. Third, you get deep suburb analysis, the kind of stuff that used to be only for the big institutions. We're talking about predicting gentrification by analyzing new cafe openings and building permits. And finally, machine learning helps you spot and actually measure potential market risks before you put your money down.
The result of all this is a massive competitive advantage. That deep, painstaking research that used to take you hours, or let's be honest, days, an AI-powered platform can deliver that same level of analysis in under 10 minutes. In a hot market, that speed is absolutely everything. And the applications here cover the whole investment journey. You can scan an entire market in an instant to pinpoint your ideal property. You can automate your due diligence, checking things like zoning and flood risk in minutes. AI can help you optimize when to buy and sell, figure out how to maximize your rent, and even help you plan a tax-efficient exit strategy years down the road.
So, the takeaway here is pretty clear.
We're at a turning point. This isn't just some fancy new tool. It's a fundamental shift in how successful property investing gets done. The gap between investors who are using AI and those who are sticking to the old way, well, it's already growing, and it's only going to get wider.
Which really just leaves us with one final thought. In a world where your competition has access to instant, data-driven analysis, can you really afford to be the one who waits